saying that if I didn't come on, they were going to post all these photos. I've only ever told one person about this.
Who's that? Chloe?
Yeah, but like me and Chloe have been going out with each other for a year now. And
Was that the anniversary the other day?
Yeah,
it was. There we go.
How cute.
And that took me like 9 months to tell. Actually it was like 10. I think I only told that like last month, I think, or the month before. So when I was like 12, 13, so I think it was like it was when like the iPhone 4 just came out. I think that was our 3GS. That was like year 7, year 8.
Is this like first year of high school?
Yeah, like first, second year.
Just need to translate into Scottish terms.
Like obviously you start talking to people in like year 7, year 8. You start like talking to different people. And then
Do you mean like romantically?
Yeah, like talking.
I don't know, chirps and girls.
Yeah, shagging everybody.
he's bringing the private school slang to us again.
Chirps is not private school slack. Shut up. Carry on.
Yeah, and I got talking to this person on Instagram. Like at this point, I don't feel like I had any mental health issues at all. Really, I felt like I was quite like in primary school in year 7. I feel like I was quite a happy kid. And then when I got to there, start talking to this person. I think it was Facebook Messenger. I think it was just before Instagram really took off. And yeah, got talking, started whatever. I still remember. I'm not going to say the name because I just don't feel it, because it doesn't even. You'll see. Got talking to this person. I still remember it. Anyway, we agreed to Skype. I think it was. You remember when Skype was a big thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, Skype, and I remember this is fucking deep, right? And you just can take the piss, whatever. But we're called, and the girl was like, it was quite, when you're like you're 7, 8, horny, and like like those in sexual stuff. I was like, whatever, cool. And then fucking hell, man. There was one like, I can't remember.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact phrase, but she was like, "Can you show us your dick?" or something like that. Mm-hmm. Whatever. I haven't got a fucking zoom lens, love. No, not joking. I remember.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Yeah. So anyway,
you got your wang
out.
My
pants down. And she was anyway. This was a lot of Skype calls. This just wasn't one. This was like 10.
It wasn't like, hello, get your dick out.
Yeah.
It's more like,
so I've done it in a lot. So anyway, and because it annoys us because it seems so stupid, but never ever saw her. Like I never saw her. And I used to ask her, I haven't got a camera, and me being fucking stupid, I was like, what the fuck, whatever. And then
you heard her voice.
No, it was
all over text.
Yeah, I know, it's so fucking stupid.
Alright, yeah.
Her text, anyway. Fucking hell. I feel like I'm gonna start fucking crying. Never thought about this out loud. And then one day, so obviously I'd like wanked on camera, whatever, showed dick, whatever. And then one day she asked to do it, and I was really uncomfortable because I remember because I still thought it was an actual. It's just called. I don't want to say her name actually. It was still called like an actual person, so I actually thought it was an actual person I was talking to. And then I just didn't feel comfortable, so I said I don't want to go on. Like I don't want to do Skype today. And I remember, fucking hell, got sent like photos and got. Fucking hell, I'm fucking shaking. Got sent like loads of shit and like saying that if I didn't come on, they were gonna post all these photos and stuff like that.
Holy shit!
And I remember being like, fuck. Like I still thought it was a girl at this point, but I remember searching our social medias after this and couldn't find anywhere. Like literally, then that name and that name with that photo didn't exist. And I remember just being like, oh fuck. So I went on. Did stuff again because I was so scared. And I remember going in school and thinking it was someone at this point I knew it wasn't that person. So I remember going in school and that's where my anxiety started. I was like, fucking hell. I thought it was someone in my class. And I remember I didn't talk to anybody for like a whole year because I thought this was going on for like a whole year. I thought it was someone in the class. And then eventually, I blocked all numbers and done everything, and I went, fucking hell, and I just did everything. And then about 2 years later, I got a call from that person again.
2 years later?
Yeah, and I remember just being like, every time I talk about it, my whole like,
it's traumatizing.
do you know what I mean? So I got in a, I think it was like, I got a call in the council house off them as well. I remember picking up and being like, oh, who's this? And I remember hearing the voice, and the voice was a whisper. So at the time I was like, oh, whatever, but it was always a whisper. So I couldn't tell gender or anything. And I feel like I know now that was like paedophilic.
Well, do you want me to tell you something that would make you feel miles better?
What?
That exact same story has happened to me.
Has it?
Exact same story. Exact same story. Literally, I met someone. They told me to video call them, asked me to do something. Exact same age as you, 11, 12, maybe 10. Really young, really fucking young.
Yeah.
Got me to do the same thing. They didn't, so it was a she as well, but they didn't have no webcam. They had a webcam, but it was like the same video just playing over and over and over, like just a girl like typing. So it looked legitimate at the time.
Okay.
I was young enough to be like, oh, that's an actual person.
Yeah.
And then I'd done it about 3 or 4 times. And then, like I said, I would do the exact same stuff. I've only told like 2 people this as well.
Yeah.
Literally the exact same thing. And then I remember the second, she kept using that same video thing for like 2, 3, but I still thought it was generally her. Then one time, it was a different video, and I was like, she looks a lot different. I was like, why do you look different? She was like, I don't. I was like, you look really different, look like a completely different girl. So I went on the Facebook profile again, and I was just done a bit of digging. Then under the gender, it said, male.
Oh, fuck.
And then I went, exact same as you, and I went, fuck. And I was like, your thing says male, and they said, you said they actually sent you the photos.
I'm pretty sure.
They didn't send me the photos or the videos, but they went, if you don't come on webcam and do the exact same thing again, I'm going to send them videos to everyone in your friends list.
Yeah.
Everyone in your friends list.
That was the same, and you get blackmailed into doing it, so then you do it again.
But I didn't. I just was like, fuck that, blocked them and everything. I was like, 10-year-old me was like, they're capping, they're bluffing. I was like, they won't do shit.
Yeah,
I was like, they won't do shit.
You can understand why I would shit myself though and just keep doing it. But now I look back, I'm like, what the fuck? But every time on the news, on the local news, you hear about like nonsense things. And you hear about ones being caught with like 10,000 images, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, like fucking like, yeah, it's like 500 gigabytes.
I always wonder if the person that
was one of them. But that's what mine was as well. Like I said, the exact same thing. I know the name. I still know the name, Facebook name. I still remember the profile picture. I remember everything. And like I said, that's a story that I've only told. So hopefully that makes you feel more comfortable that I've literally had the exact same thing. Yeah. Exact same thing. And that's when I was like, but then now looking back at it, I'm like, couldn't give a fuck if that got released. If someone's going to watch child pornography, that's your fucking problem, not mine.
My dick's probably the same size as well. So Charlie, what was your sexual?
No, I've actually gone through that before. I've never told anybody though.
You as well? Is everyone went with this?
No, I was 12. I think it was right. So there was some website that I was on. I used to really love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh. Yeah, like nothing relates. So I was on
a website. Actually watched that. Probably should.
Bro, you can watch it now. It's just timeless. It's so good. It's so good. Amazing. I mean, like I said, I've had one physical case which I have told 2 or 3 people about before. There's nothing I really want to right now talk about completely. But then one which has been online. Like, you know, when you're a kid, sometimes you're just so stupid. Like you're just so stupid. Sometimes you don't even think about it. Yeah, like, as we've literally
you look back and you're like, why the fuck would you do that?
Why would I do that?
In the moment,
I hate thinking about myself as a kid. When I think about me early teens, I fucking hate that person. I'm like,
you know what it is actually? I think it's when you're growing up adjusting to a huge abundance of premature post-nut clarity. Yeah,
and it's mostly
after I'd wanked to this fucking 40-year-old bloke, I'd be like,
fuck.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, exactly. And then you're just like, oh no.
Do you know what the worst part was? What? For me, I was so young that I couldn't even come.
Oh yeah, I had that. I had
that.
Tingle Dick. Yeah.
What's Tingle Dick?
Where you've orgasmed, you finished, but then
Nothing
you don't
would
come,
come.
but your dick just tingles like mad.
I thought I had
Maybe I just had syphilis.
This is brutal because I don't want to fucking talk about me as a fucking like 10, 11-year-old boy. But no, I literally couldn't finish, and it would just go like really sore because I'd be doing it that long because I couldn't obviously.
That's been an age-old thing for you then. You just can't finish.
I thought I was diseased because I'd watch porn and I'd see people come and I'd be like, mine doesn't do that.
Yeah, no.
That's my exact. That's the exact same way. Like when I discovered, don't want to say this, brother, I found it on your laptop.
Oh God!
Never told you this, but there we go.
Granny porn.
I found it on his laptop, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I watched it, and I seen that come in. I was like, does mine do that? I tried it, didn't do it. But yeah, continue. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm happy to take a bit of a diversion. No, then obviously from that website, which I was on, which is people who really liked the program Avatar, and then for some reason just became really
forum.
Yeah, kind of like a forum thing. But then we all thought that we could actually manipulate the elements. It got a bit weird. Anyway, yeah. But from that, I started to go onto different forums and stuff and discover like different kind of forums. And then you start exchanging details, and it goes on to MSN and it goes on to Skype and all that kind of shit. And there was this one person who I thought was a girl. Started talking to her, and it wasn't a girl at all. Like, they turned on their cam once by accident, and I was like,
Was it like that girl I called on my Insta story the other week? Remember, did you not see when I called that person that was DMing me on Instagram on my story? And it was like a man.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what did that? Not like what?
No, they turned
like?
it off straight away, and they said, "Oh, I put like the wrong screen." They were trying to bullshit their way out of it. But the thing is, they then said after it was like, "Oh, I really want you to come back on camera. If you don't, then I'll start showing it to people who are in the forums, as in like in the other stuff." And I'm like, what the fuck? And then they obviously had my Facebook details and they knew who I was. And I was terrified that they were going to find me online and then be able to send it to everyone else.
So isn't it mental when you're a kid? That's like, you instantly just, it's as if that's everything. Whereas now if someone did it, you'd be like...
But the thing is now, like, I don't care. I've said it on my own YouTube channel. Like, if, like, I'm all for it. If I'm talking to a girl and then she was like, yeah, go on, I'll be like, yeah, go on, I love my dick anyway. So there are probably pictures and stuff of my knob flying around the internet anyway. And if that gets leaked, yeah, so be it. It's a dick, whatever. I actually don't care. Like, you can't blackmail me from that. But I think that actually genuinely came from trauma as like a kid, like where I had so much anxiety. Like, I was literally sitting there just thinking like, every day I wake up, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get a message of someone saying, hi, I saw that.
Yeah,
or whatever,
that,
you know?
every day you wake up and you'll like check your phone and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
This is really weird, but it's really comforting to know, but also really worrying that all three of us, we didn't know this. Before we recorded this, none of us knew this, but all three of us have been sexually blackmailed by paedophiles.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But I Jesus Christ. I wonder if it's a more common thing than what, because that's the one thing I'll talk about.
Maybe it is. I wouldn't tell anyone because I was like, no fucking ways any other person done that. Yeah. Like, no one's stupid as I was. I was like, surely fucking not.
Yeah, I think it
turns out we're all stupid.
Yeah, we're all idiots. We're
all horny little boys.
I really was though, man. It is the post-nut clarity, bro. Like, I couldn't control it. I was just like, oh, girl wants me. Yeah.
The guy came on the screen. You were like, oh, now finally.
And that's when I realised I like old men.
Just like himself.